Hey, y'all, welcome back to the Goonface Family TV, and I'm your host to do the most, Goonie. Yes, sir, and tonight we're gonna be reacting to some creepy TikTok videos. Yes, sir. Hey, man, I hope y'all ready for this. Hey, the last one that I watched, hey, bro, I had a trouble sleeping, man. Hey man, say man, I thought I seen some shadow flying, boy. Hey, I'm tripping in here, man. I'm tweaking, y'all. I'm tweaking. Hey, I'm shaking in my boots, y'all. I'm shaking in my boots. But hey, man, let's get it. Without further ado, let's get it started, y'all. Yeah, let's get it started. Yeah, let's get it started in here. Y'all ready, man? Y'all ready for this creepy TikTok videos, man? Let's get it, man. Let's go. Let's rock and roll, Goon Squad. Yeah.
There's something they're not telling us that is so gnarly that they don't think people can handle it.
There are, different scenarios you could explore. For example, you ask, what could be so terrible that they can't tell us about it? Let's say these aliens, wherever they're from, made us, that we're a genetic experiment, that they created our religions, our religious figures, that we are an agricultural product, that somehow they harvest us. That our time is limited, that once the experiment's over, poof, we go away. I remember when there was a push back to have a designer universe, intelligent design universe in the schools, and I wrote a column about it, just said, hey, be careful what you wish for, because you might find out that the intelligent designer isn't God that you're thinking of. It might be some alien science project or something like that. You can imagine a lot of different things that would be really disturbing to people to come out. I don't know if that's the reason for the secrecy.
Hey, how y'all feel about that, chat, man? How y'all feel about that, man? Do y'all believe in aliens or what? Do y'all believe in UFOs? What do y'all believe in, man? Y'all let me know in the chat, man. Put some in your comments, man. What y'all believe in, man? Do you believe in aliens? You believe in UFOs? What's up? Y'all let me know what's up, man.
Listen to me. I am compelled to tell this story, for my story is 100% true, and I need you to listen. In 2018, I went to prison. While I was in prison, my ex was still on the street. In Seattle, the police will sweep the homeless off the street periodically throughout the year. They'll go to the densest, most populated place where homeless are, and they'll take them off the street and put them in jail. While in jail, a lot of these homeless were approached by some unknown entity, unknown people, and presented with a thick packet. All they had to do was sign on the dotted line, and they would get something called permanent housing. Now, prior to this, before my girl got swept up and put into jail, she was telling me while I was in prison that they were making all these apartment complexes all over the city. This was in 2016 to 2018, right before COVID and the fentanyl epidemic had hit the streets. Now, my girl signed, and so did a lot of these other homeless, so when they were let out of prison, they were given apartments in these complexes that had been just popped up overnight, basically. At first, everybody was happy. The conversations over the phone were great. My girl was happy to be off the street. So was everybody else. But as the months went on, my girl was telling me some crazy shit was happening inside these apartment complexes. Now, when you take homeless off the street and give them no practical skills and they have no house training, they will take the streets with them and trap out wherever they're at. So these homeless people were getting put in these buildings under the guise of harm reduction. They were reducing harm is what the program said. But in fact, as the months went on, and I was talking to my girl just about every day, people started dying from overdoses, weird illnesses. The old people that were basically crippled and in the first floor of these apartment complexes, they were getting signed up for life insurance. When they died, who got their life insurance? Now, there was a whistleblower that worked at one of these places. He was just a regular dude, just a regular good-hearted dude, and he seen that some weird shit was going on. Now, he dug into who founded these buildings, who paid for it. It was the IMF, the International Money Fund. If you don't know who they are, you need to do your homework, because they're the ones, when you hear that America has $1 trillion debt, they're the ones who handle those transactions in between countries. They're also have people that sit on their board like the Rothschilds who play both sides of conflicts and wars and pay off this nation sells them weapons and then pays off the opposite nation and sells them weapons, okay? They're also, the IMF is also who these huge, like the World Health Organization, FEMA, funnel their money into so that the money goes to wherever they say the money needs to go, all right? It's a huge world organization. Why would they start making these huge apartment complexes right before the pandemic and right before the fentanyl epidemic really hit the streets? It's almost as if they knew this crisis was going to happen. And then these homeless that were taken off the street and put into these places were literally dying. This was eugenics all over again. This was population control of the new age. This is all real. It's 100% fact. But the thing is, out of 5 years, my girl living in this apartment complex, she is one of the only ones to still be alive out of a 6-story huge apartment complex. Everyone else is dying, and she is hanging on by a thread to her sanity. Now listen, while I was in prison, she would tell me I'm hearing voices and I'm seeing things. She never had this problem on the street. She was a straight street gangster, bro. She slept, she ate, and she never did too many drugs to be out of her wits. She was a beast, right? But all of a sudden, her and other people that are in these apartment complexes are reporting hearing voices and seeing shit and weird things coming through the vents. Now, when you look at these apartment complexes, they are built weirdly. Their architecture has hollow walls. Let's say one room's 8 feet, 8 feet, and 8 feet, right? But on the outside, the room's 16 feet. You go inside the room, it's still 8 feet. So there's walls behind walls. That's one thing. Also, she took this magnetizer thing because she was finding her and a lot of other people would pace up and down certain spots of the apartment, like they were on some kind of a magnetic line. When she Google mapped the top of these buildings, normal buildings, they have like HVAC, an electrical system, some ventilation, shit like that. But when she looked on Google Maps, there was all these big ass weird.
Man, this dude is yapping his head off, boy. God dang, get to the point, player. To me, it just sounds like they just having a drug problem, man. They can't get off, but you feel me? Like, and you said they seeing things and stuff like that, man. That's that meth. That's that meth. All right, man, let's continue. My bad, y'all. Let's go.
Ass blocks on top of it. Now, this whistleblower, going back to him, this nice guy that truly cared about these tenants and was starting to see weird shit go on, he did the investigation to see where the money came from to pay for these places. He found that really thick fucking contract that everybody remembers seeing in jail but couldn't get a hold of when they were in the actual apartment complex and wanted to see what the fuck they had just signed up for. He found in this fucking contract that these guys had signed on to chemical manipulation, brainwave scanning technology, voice to skull, and some other shit in huge legalese buried language. I shit you not. Nobody could get a copy of this. Nobody. And the copy that he had, he couldn't get it off of a computer. It was word of mouth. So what he did was make a YouTube video, and he whistle blew. And I know a lot of people in Seattle must have seen it because it was getting thousands of views. And he had told the people in the apartment complex, look at this. Tell other people from these other housing apartment complexes to watch this shit. And they did. But this non-drug user, guess what happened to him? Yeah, he was found unalive from a drug overdose, and he didn't do drugs. He was a big proponent of that, of not doing drugs, right? But he's found with a drug overdose. Sounds like he was unalive for knowing some shit and blowing the whistle. So I get out of prison and get this. I go to find this shit. You can't find the video. What, was my girl lying to me? Was her friends lying to me about this video? No. And we had conversations about it because I started living in this place. This place was weird. I had never heard voices in my head before. I had never seen shit. I shit you not, I seen an alien. Everybody knew about this alien. I'll tell you about the alien later. But there was things going on. The food wasn't right. We all know the food's not right, but this food really wasn't right. The water was not right. There was weird gas pipes that were capped that came out of the walls that nobody could tell anybody about. the management was circulated on like a 3 to 6 month loop, so there was never a steady, stable person at the top of the food chain that could provide answers. And the counselors that were there were cover-up artists. All they did was push the problem to the side when people complained about this shit, and then the people ended up dying. After a year of living in this crazy shit, I tried to get other people that had seen this video. They were dead. They were gone. This is word of mouth. This is on my heart. True. I put this on everything. And I need to get this story out. I'm going to do a deep dive of this one time when I go back to Seattle to have some hard facts. But this shit's real, and it's happening in Seattle. And if it's happening in Seattle, it's happening in other places. Please post this. Please repost this. Please save this. Please comment. Please like, because I'm trying to get this news out there. I'm trying to do my part, all right? And I need your guys' help. I need your guys' support, because this is real shit. This is only the tip of the iceberg, okay? There's a lot more that went on in this place. There's a lot more that was connected to this place, but this is just a little bit of the story. Holler back at me on your thoughts and anything else you think about this, all right? Or if you experience this shit and you know anything about it.
Man, ain't nobody finna holler back, man. But nah, but for real though, y'all, what y'all think about this? I know he was doing he was doing a whole lot of yapping, a whole lot of talking, but I don't know, man. I don't put it past the government, bro. If they build them the complex apartments for the homeless, made them sign a contract. These people not reading the contracts all the way, or not really caring, because they just thinking about somewhere to go after they get out, because they homeless. You know what I'm talking about? But could be real, bro. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? But also could be that dope. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, dog. I'm just saying, it could be that dope. I don't know. Let's continue, y'all. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments, man. I mean, in the comments, yeah. Y'all let me know what's up, man. Let me know how y'all feel in the chat. Yeah, let's continue, y'all. This is the Goonface Family TV, man. Make sure you turn on your notifications so you can get notified every time I go live. You know what it is. Let's go. Let's continue, y'all.
I watched the Michael biopic, and I could not help but feel the question, brewing in my spirit. The question, why now? Why now? Why now? And why did they produce this biopic? Why are we being inundated and pushed on to watch this movie? What is this about? What is the agenda about behind this movie? What was the reason that they produced this movie, released it in April 2026? What are these? I have these questions, and I have to be fair. This can get on a lot of people's nerves. I know it gets on my husband's nerves because he's an optimist. He's very much the kind of man who was like, maybe there was nothing behind it. Maybe it was just innocent. But I'm like, let me ask God. Let me go ask God why they pushed this movie onto us and why they released it at this particular time. Okay. Now, in a recent video, you can watch this video. I talk about the age of the giant, and how in this Iran war, okay, they are using this Iran war to usher humanity into the age of the giant. What does that mean? You'll have to watch the video, but I'll give you a little bit of what that video was about. But in this video, I talk about how we're entering into the age of the Nephilim, the giant, in which very many people who are 7 foot tall, 8 foot tall will walk the earth, and it'll be normal. It will be just commonplace. It will also be very commonplace for the giants, the Nephilim, to be worshipped and admired. It will be commonplace for them to walk among the earth, and people don't find anything odd about it, okay? If someone who is 7 foot, 8 foot tall were to go to Walmart, it's going to be a spectacle. People are going to look at that person and they go, whoa. So, one of the piece of revelations that I learned particular from a man named Craig Lewis, who often talks about hip-hop and whatnot, he talks about how Michael Jackson operated through a spirit of the Nephilim, a spirit of the giant. I don't know what Nephilim, I don't know what giant, but he talks about how a lot of these huge Hollywood stars actually embody spirits of the Nephilim, these giant beings. And when you look at Genesis 6, it talks about how the Nephilim were Gibbereans in Hebrew, which are men of renown and fame, men of old and men of renown, which are men who are famous. Okay, these are men and giant beings that are very famous, very well known, very big. Okay, they were war stars, famous for war, famous for whatever it is that they did. Okay, now keep that in mind. It's April 2026, and what we've been inundated with, politically at least, is the Iran war. Okay, Genesis 6, remember, the Nephilim were men of war and renown. Iran war is occurring in in April 2026. Genesis 6. Just keep that in mind. The Michael Jackson movie was released in April 24th. Okay, 24, 2 plus 4 is 6. So we're seeing some patterns. We see Genesis 6 that talks about the Nephilim. Then we see that the movie was produced or released, premiered in April 24, 2 plus 4 is 6. And then in April as a whole, 2026, we are being inundated with the Iran war. Now, keep all that in mind. What I personally believe is that I believe that this Michael Jackson movie was a movie that was sent to reinforce giant worship, Nephilim worship, okay? It was sent to reinforce the worship and the programming to worship spirits of the Nephilim, okay? So when individuals and entities that began to come in the age of the giants, like Nephilim, when they began to show themselves, people have been programmed to worship them, to be enamored and marveled by them. In Revelation 16, it talks about the beast, okay? And how the people of this earth marveled at the beast. They were marveled by him. They had wonder. They wondered after the beast. And that word wonder in its etymology is to marvel, okay? And in the Greek, it means to marvel, okay? And the Antichrist, which is in Revelation 16, I believe it will be a Nephilim being. It will be a being that either comes from a Nephilim bloodline or is a Nephilim, okay? And so in Revelation 16, it talks about humanity marveling and wondering after the beast. Now, Michael Jackson is one of the most famous individuals of all time. He is the most famous individuals of all time as far as Hollywood goes. And people quite literally worshipped him. And according to Craig Lewis, and I believe him 100%, that not only did Michael Jackson, but very many of the stars actually channeled spirits of the Nephilim. Even when you watch the movie Michael, the biopic, you see and you will hear particular scenes where Michael in the movie says that he was channeling from the creator. He was channeling and getting inspiration and drawing inspiration and channeling from a creator. Then Jafar Jackson himself in a particular interview, I don't remember the interview, you can look this up, go look up an interview with Jafar Jackson. He actually talks about how he had to do a lot of spiritual work and channeling to perform and to do this movie. Now, I cannot say and I cannot prove whether Michael Jackson was a person who came from a Nephilim bloodline. I would not say that because I cannot prove that, and I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that because, again, I do like Michael Jackson. God's going to have to deliver me. But even though I cannot say Michael Jackson, bloodline-wise, DNA-wise, comes from a Nephilim bloodline, I will say, and I 100% believe, that Michael Jackson as a star, the persona of Michael Jackson, is definitely charged and channeled by a spirit of the Nephilim, which is what draws people to worship him and draws the masses to enjoy, love, and all these things, okay? Same thing with Beyonce, but I'm going to leave that alone. So again, I believe that this movie was reinforcement to the worship of Nephilim spirits and beings that will show up as time progresses, okay? There will be a time where Nephilim beings will walk the earth and it will be commonplace just as it was in Genesis 6. And when it becomes commonplace, very many people on this earth will worship and marvel and wonder after these beings. They put it all in the movies. They put Nephilim beings in the Marvel movies. Marvel? Like when you watch Marvel and all this stuff, those are Nephilim entities, like Superman and DC, all of the Thors and whatever, those are Nephilim creatures and beings, okay? And in that society, it was commonplace that they existed. Now, I want you to keep in mind that a lot of people, and I believe this to be true, that stardom is decreasing. A lot of people say this like, oh, social media got rid of stardom and, you know, superstars aren't really a thing anymore. That is true, and I believe the reason for that is because of the whole out with the old kind of shindig that a lot of Freemasons believe in. Out with the old, in with the new. From chaos comes order. To bring in a new thing, you must get rid of the old thing. That's all Freemasonic manipulation, Hegelian, not manipulation. Those are all Hegelian and Freemasonic ideologies. Out with the old, in with the new. And so I believe that they are getting rid of Hollywood stardom, the whole Hollywood, oh, we're so enamored by these Hollywood stars. They're getting rid of that because they're about to bring in a new global institution. And that's going to be, I believe, super heroism or Nephilim heroism entities that come in who will now be the new stars, okay? They won't be like what we've seen before with Beyonce and Michael Jackson, but it will be a new thing where it is Nephilim entities that may actually operate as heroes. And I certainly believe that the Iran War is a perfect opportunity to do that, to institute this heroism stardom where Nephilim beings are being drafted among those who are mandatorily drafted to this war. I can see them drafting Nephilim beings and the Nephilim beings being set up as the heroes of this Iran War, and then all of the masses being enamored and glad that this Iran War is finished, because I definitely see this being a very long war. The masses are happy that the war has been put to an end and the Nephilim will be set up as the heroes. This is how I'm seeing it. You kind of see this in the Man of Steel movie, but I'm gonna go ahead and end this video because it's already long.
Oh, nah, you think? Hey, man. Hey, say, shouting. Stay off of TikTok and listen to your husband, please. Please, listen to your husband. I don't know what the hell man, look. I don't know, man. Hey, but y'all go check out that Michael Jackson movie, man. That Michael movie, man. I heard it's good. I heard it's good. I heard it's worth it, man. So y'all go check that out, man. Yeah, but I don't know what Shadow was talking about. But she needs to listen to her husband. Don't talk about stay off of TikTok and go see what your husband needs from you, Shadow. Okay, let's continue, y'all. I can't believe this. Boy, let's continue.
This is demonic. This is not some of this stuff that we're seeing, thinking that it's just technology, is deeper than technology. In the book of Genesis, the sons of God came and slept with the daughters of men, and they produced hybrids and tried to corrupt the whole world. Only Noah was found righteous, and God saved Noah. In this time, the devil is on the same agenda. They want to corrupt all of humanity. But this time, there's not sons of God coming to sleep with daughters of men. It's science and technology, or packaged. Sons of God are now packaged like science and technology. The Nephilims of today look like you and I. You understand what I'm saying? They don't look like 30-foot giants. So now they still want to corrupt all of humanity. And what would God have to do this time around? You have, since we're so many, he's not going to put us in a boat. He's going to take the church out. Revelation 14:14 is when the rapture happens.
So you're saying the Nephilim of today are robot human hybrids?
They look like you and I. The Lord showed me this in 2011. We did a 100-day prayer, and God showed me this, and that is how I started fighting this battle. And you know, they look like you and I, and I saw it in the spirit, but it's everywhere. So they practically have robots on the streets right now going and passing the human test. And people think it's so cool, it's a robot. Okay, I'm going to have my own robot girlfriend. In fact, Elon Musk is saying that, you know, you should have a robot butler, a robot everything. Why? Image of the beast giving breath. And guess what? It is those robot things we bring in our houses. Revelation 13 verse 15. They will cause as many as will not worship the image of the beast to be killed. That is the end time army of the devil. And it says that he causes all, both great, small, rich, poor, to take a mark. And then without that mark, you will not be able to buy or sell. So this is going to be a currency. So in those days, we could not understand it. But right now, it is set in a way that by the time they launch, you will not be able to buy or sell. You can't go to the store and use money.
I don't know, man. How y'all feel about that, man? How y'all feel about all that, Elon Musk and the robots and all that? I mean, you know, he do got the robots, man. So, you know, I don't know, bro. I don't know what to believe sometimes, but it must be the music if it's true. It must be true, if they got that music behind it. You know what I'm talking about? Let's go, man. Let's get it.
The emperor went to Epstein Island and ate people. How they do that? You know they eat babies. That is not bullshit. It's true.
So it's not just the dogs and the cats, not just the pets.
It's not just the dogs and the cats. They're full-on vampires. And everybody still thinks I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy. They're full-on vampires. They love the taste of human flesh and they drink human blood. They do, Tucker. Stop staring at me like that.
You're freaking me out, man. Because you spent your life in the entertainment business, so I think you have some authority on this.
So many kids that I was in mental institutions with over the years, they are all from those cults. And they've covered it all up. And, I just pray to God. I'm just going to pray to God that he opens everybody's eyes in this country.
Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like that lady right there, she be talking a whole lot of, you know what I'm talking about, a whole lot of craziness, but I believe her. You know what I'm talking about? I believe her. And if y'all don't know who that is, and it's that's Roseanne, ain't it? Roseanne? Yeah, Roseanne is a smart lady, man. I used to watch her show when I was smaller. You feel me? But Yeah, man, like she used to be something. She used to be a big thing, a big figure in in Hollywood, man. Like she, hey, whatever experience she done went through or whatever she done seen in Hollywood, scared her straight, bro. She started going. She's against them now, and if she's saying that that's happening, I can believe it. I believe it. I ain't gonna lie. I believe her. You know what I'm talking about? So I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the chat, man. The comments, man. Do y'all believe Roseanne? Is she talking? Is she cap? Is she talking nonsense? How y'all feel, man? Y'all let me know. What's up, man? What's up, man? Yeah.
The Epstein files aren't the end game. They are a distraction. While we're focused on those names in the documents, the people who actually own the system are laughing because the real crime didn't happen on an island in the Caribbean. It happened on an island in Georgia. In this episode, we'll cover the Jekyll Island takeover that privatized the American dollar and the truth about 2008, where the collapse of Lehman Brothers was actually a calculated consolidation of power. You won't want to miss this one. On the freezing cold night of November 22nd, 1910, a man named Frank Vanderlip stood on the concrete platform of the Hoboken Railway Terminal in New Jersey. He was clutching a shotgun case in one hand and a heavy leather suitcase in the other. He had the collar of his thick wool coat turned up high to hide his face to anyone walking past him in the station. Frank looked like a regular guy heading south for a hunting trip. But Frank wasn't normal. He was the president of the National City Bank of New York, which today is known as Citibank, and he was representing the financial interest of the Rockefeller family. Now, Frank was one of the most powerful men in America. He was terrified because, according to his own autobiography, which would be published 25 years later in the Saturday Evening Post, Frank felt, in his own words, furtive as a conspirator. He knew that if a reporter recognized him or if a photographer snapped a picture of him on this platform, it wouldn't be just a scandal. I mean, it would likely cause a stock market crash. So he just kept his head down. He walked past the main passenger cars and made his way to the very end of the platform. And there, sitting in the darkness away from the station lights, was a single private rail car with its blinds drawn tight. He walked up to the metal steps, he looked left and he looked right just to make sure he wasn't being watched, and then he climbed aboard. Now inside, the air was warm and it smelled of very expensive cigar smoke, and he walked down the narrow corridor and he entered the main cabin. And sitting there in the dim light were two other men who were dressed like hunters, but who were definitely not hunters. One was Henry Davidson, a senior partner at J.P. Morgan Company. The other was Paul Warburg, a German banker who was widely considered one of the smartest financial minds in the world at the time. Frank didn't say hello, he didn't shake hands, he nodded, he put a shotgun in the rack and sat down. Now a few minutes later, the train hissed and lurched forward and it began its long journey south into the night. Now as the train was moving, a fourth man entered the cabin. This was Senator Nelson Aldrich. Now at the time, this man was the head of the National Monetary Commission and probably most politically powerful man in the United States Senate. Now he looked at the other men and he laid down the ground rules for the trip. He told them that for the next week, they were not allowed to use their last names, period. They were only to address each other as Frank, Harry, Paul, and Nelson. And he explained that the servants on this private train car knew who Senator Aldrich was, but they didn't know who the bankers were. And if the servants heard the names, Morgan or Rockefeller or Warburg, they would talk. They would blow the lid off everything. They would tell the press. And if they found out that the most powerful politicians and most powerful bankers in America were sneaking out of New York together in the dead of night, well, the public would probably riot. Now, you have to understand that the atmosphere in 1910, the American public absolutely hated Wall Street. They called it the money trust. They believed that...
What? I don't know. I guess. Whatever. He ain't even finished. Let's continue, y'all.
To show my appreciation, I am inviting you all to a pizza party tonight at Jennifer Aniston's house. I'll see you there.
You've been to my house. We've had pizza. Girl after my own heart.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's something about the pieces that they love, man. Something about that pieces that they love. Oh, man. Allegedly, y'all, everything is for educational purposes only, y'all. Let's continue. Let's go.
Enoch tells you that the first generation Nephilim would only live for 500 years, and that they were to kill each other off in a massive civil war that their parents had to watch. This 500-year civil war that Enoch writes about is what the Greeks later stylized in what became known as the Clash of the Titans. When they were killed off in the civil war, their spirits went out and became wandering spirits. They lost their physicality. They're looking for bodies again. In this state, they were and are demonic entities. So what happened next? I believe they started this process of the genetic manipulation that we read about in Joshua 4:18 and Jubilee 7:24. They started to create host bodies for their spirits to go into. And those animal-human chimera may have been similar in characteristics to their fathers.
That's crazy. I don't know. I don't know, man. Let's continue, y'all. Let's continue. Creepy, huh? Yeah, that's kind of creepy. Interesting.
Did you guys know before the 1900s, it was no such thing as aliens? The alien agenda was created by Aleister Crowley and your government. Aleister Crowley was obsessed with our ancient rituals and our culture. This is why we have the pyramid on his head. Out of all of your non-melanated people, Aleister Crowley will reach the highest level of consciousness. He was able to go in our mystery schools and study our mystery because he had the black dot. Aleister Crowley was a mulatto. His mother line was royalty. So we let him in to learn our secrets. Aleister Crowley will begin to start speaking to our ancestors in different realms. And people would think he was talking to demons, but he actually wasn't. He would astral project and talk to these different beings. So in 1904, they told him to draw these people that he was communicating with. And these are the pictures that he drew. This was his first drawing on the right. And then later on in history, they would give the spirits big eyes. So Aleister Crowley was astral projecting and communicating with these spirits in the spiritual realm. And later on, the government would give us these spirits and tell us that they are aliens. And this is why I don't listen to anybody that pushes ufology, especially the Anunnaki. I will be breaking that down in the future. The government will pick up the pictures that Aleister Crowley drew and broadcast them all over the world. They would then call them big-headed aliens. And Bobby Hemmett talks about how the original alien that he drew was actually a little darker. And Aleister Crowley will lighten the complexion for the crowd of people he was talking to. But you guys must understand evolution. In ancient times, both hemispheres of our brain was activated, and it made our heads bigger. These would be our ancestors who are trapped in other realms, who can't get back here. Aleister Crowley was talking to these beings. They were teaching him how to ascend in life. So to wrap this up, the alien agenda is not real. It was something created in 1904. You are the aliens. You are the ones with these psychical powers and abilities. Be aware of what you put into your conscious. Peace and ashe.
Hey, man, like he said it, man. So, hey, y'all think it was made up? Y'all think the alien agenda was made up? How y'all feel about that, man? How y'all feel about aliens, man? Do y'all believe in aliens? Do you think something's out there? Do you believe that we are not alone? Y'all let me know, man. Y'all let me know in the chat, in the comments, man. You know what I'm talking about? Let's continue, y'all. Let's continue.
The Eagles' biggest song, Hotel California.
Right.
Okay. A lot of people may not know who Aleister Crowley is, but Aleister Crowley is someone who was considered to be a high priest Satanist. Okay, he's the one that ordained Marilyn Manson, and then Marilyn Manson. Aleister Crowley ordained Anton LaVey. Anton LaVey ordained Marilyn Manson.
Right.
Okay. This guy, Aleister Crowley, I was told that when they were about to turn in those 2-inch reels to the record company, the Eagles were, that this guy prayed over those reels. Okay. Now, some people may say, "Oh, that's not true." You know, that's not true. But now, if you look at that album cover and you open it, up on top, if I were to open it up like this, I'm trying to show everybody. There's a floor and then there's a balcony up here. Up on that balcony, they have a Aleister Crowley showing half of his face. Okay, he's there, so they're pretty much admitting to that. Okay, then you have I think it's Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club, the Beatles. They have a picture. They have many people on there, and they have a picture of Aleister Crowley there. Like, what does this high priest Satanist have to do with this music?
It's spirituality. They do these incantation in this ritual where they put this album in the north face of a room, and they bring about 13 witches along with themselves, and they pray incantations and bad demonic stuff into this witch collar, so it could have an effect. And it only works if you sing along to the song, because there's in scripture there's a hedge of protection that's upon the Israelites that they can't be harmed. Because we carry the name of the Most High in our bloodline, which is YAH, and it's funny when you study science, it is YAH.
The Yud Hey Vah Hey.
Name of Yah, yeah. So the only way it'll work is that no evil, demonic, spiritual thing can have an effect on our spirit unless we invite that into our spirit. So what's a way of inviting it? By saying the words that resonate this frequency that opens that door or portal that allows these demonic beings to enter your spirit.
Right. You know, there's probably record labels, if they listen, or artists that listen, that will probably disagree and will probably be upset that we're actually saying this, because I've known people now, whether they're true on their part, I don't know, but this is what they have told me. I can't listen to that group anymore, man, because every time I listen to that damn group, I want to drink. Every time I listen to this group, another individual, I want to smoke. You know, I had to hit the pookie to that group. You know, and that's what they tell me. So paying attention to that, it was, they were allowing that music to have influence over them.
Yeah.
You know, and in a sense, whatever they were doing was destroying them. Right. They actually figured out that they had to separate themselves from what was causing them harm, if you will. Now, somebody may be listening and saying, "Oh, that's bullshit." People may be saying, "That's true," because that was possibly me, you know. Now, I just want to touch on something amazing way off, but I want to give everybody where I got it from.
Right.
Okay. This is the book of Ezekiel, and this is chapter 28, verse 12. And this is what it talks about. Thus saith the Lord, you were the seal of perfection, full of wisdom, and perfect in beauty. You were in the garden of Eden. Every precious stone was your covering. The sardius, the topaz, the diamond, the beryl, the onyx, the jasper, the sapphire, the turquoise, the emerald with gold. And it's talking about what Satan looks like on the outside. It gives 9 stones. So if you will, today we will translate that as, that was the bling.
Hey man, how y'all feel about that, man? Do y'all believe it be a lot of demonic stuff going on in the music industry? Especially back then, you know, with all that heavy metal, all that rock stuff, you know what I'm talking about? Like, I don't know, man. I mean, you see pictures, bro. Something exists within, you know, within the music industry. Something exists. We know that, you know. So I mean, well, how do y'all feel, man? Do y'all believe that they used to pray over the disc, over the CDs? You know what I'm talking about? Like a lot of rituals. They used to do rituals. You know what I'm talking about? Over the music for, you know, for it to sell more. How do y'all feel about that? Yeah, man. So yeah, man. I mean, I believe, yeah, man. I believe they do a lot of demonic stuff. A lot of you know, they're starting to put it in movies now, on videos, in their performances. You know what I'm talking about? In their performance, you know, in their shows. I mean, they open with it now, man. You know what I'm talking about? They're starting to make a they're starting to celebrate it now, man. You know what I mean? And them people are serious about that. You know what I'm talking about? Like, but you know, people that they go to the Satanic Church, they serious, bro. Hey, man, but hey, I don't rock with that. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, man. Let's continue though.
In Cali, you got the devil lane. They worship the devil. MS-13.
That's like straight devil worshiping.
MS-13 actively worship the devil. They do satanic rituals and all of that.
Have you seen anything firsthand?
Hell yeah. Okay, so look. All right, I'll say this. So we would go to Mexico for certain things on human trafficking and stuff. And certain times they'll be monitoring like some ladies. They'll call and say, "Oh, they detoxing me. They want me to drink, they want me to smoke." That means you finna get your organs took out your body. So like, if you look at that Hoover indictment that took place, in that paperwork, they were saying they was taking certain females to the border to sell their organs. And once they start detoxing you, that's what that's for. And you know, if you go down to Mexico and you got your girlfriend, they'll push up and offer you $50,000 for your girl. Like black girls down there selling $50,000.
Hey man, how y'all feel about that right there? Now that right there, I can tell you, man, like that's real. That exists. You know what I'm talking about? That happens. You know what I'm talking about? Like, unfortunately, it happened to a lot. You know what I'm talking about? A lot of Americans that went on vacation never came back home. You know what I'm talking about? You know, people do those type of things and take that type of stuff out of you and put it on the market, man. You know what I'm talking about? Like hey man, look, anything is possible in Mexico. And so far as for the MS-13, man, oh yeah, they mess with the Santeria, you know what I'm talking about? Brujeria, that's what they mess with, the brujeria, so allegedly, hey, this is just for educational purposes only, y'all. That's it, that's all it is. Y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel, man. Let's continue, man. Let's go.
I take this money, I got bills. I pay my car note, I give it right back to you. Then I gotta pay my rent, I give it right back to you. Don't that mean I'm working for free? I'm sorry, I just want to understand it, bro. I just want to understand this shit real quick, B. I want to understand it, reflection, I want to understand this real quick. I own a business. I own my own salon. The building is owned by some realtor. I call him up, I pay the realtor. Who gave the realtor the money to get the complex that I'm gonna own my business in? The bank. Right? But I got my own business. So I'm coming in here, but I pay my rent to the realtor. Who pays that? To the bank. Right? So wait a minute. I'm getting this money now, but it's still going to the fucking bank. And then now, cause I own my own business, I'm the man, I got bigger bills. Guess what? Pay my employees or whatever, collect my stuff, and now I gotta pay my car note, cause now I gotta fly, pay my car note, that goes to the bank. Pay my apartment, my house, my mortgage, that goes to the bank. It's a rat wheel. You working for free. The people that print the money don't need money, homie. They need control. Power. They need you to be doing what they need you to be doing when they need you to be doing it. They need your energy.
Hey, facts, man, facts. I believe, hey, that's real talk right there, man. That's about like the realest thing I done seen so far tonight. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, that's real talk, man. I'm feeling nobody where he coming from, man. Yeah, man, like, hey, shout out to all the people that got jobs and everything, man. Hey, look, man, we gotta work for a living. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't nothing free in this world. Ain't nothing free in this world. Don't matter if you own it or not. If you own your own business, that money you make gotta go somewhere to somebody. They go to somebody. They go to somewhere else to go to somebody else. You know what I'm talking about? Like, hey, man, like you say, it's a rat wheel, man. A rat wheel. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then a lot of us are programmed to, like, you know, to wake up in the morning, go to work, you know, come home, pay the bills, take care. You know, that you know, like the average person, the average American hard working person. You know what I'm talking about? Like they are programmed to just get up, go to work, come home, take care of the family, pay the bills, this and that. You know what I'm talking about? Hang out, you know, whatever. Right back, go to sleep, wake up in the morning, go to work, come home, pay the bills, take care of the family. Same thing over and over and over, man. You know what I mean? So, you know, you can always get your money up, man. You can always get your money up just to have some type of privilege to enjoy something like freedom. You know what I mean? But hey, it's only for educational purposes only, man. That's all I'm talking about. Yeah, man. Let's continue, y'all.
So now if you have a thought, you can literally be thinking about a bicycle and don't mention it.
And you can open your phone up on Facebook, and what's the first suggestion you will see? A bicycle ad. And you wondering, I didn't talk about this, I thought it, why is it in my phone? Because these things are reading the brain waves and patterning. Your brain waves is a sequence. It's like a sequel. It's a mathematical equation. If you build some type of software to read that mathematical equation, then you can translate it into the exact image or English that you need it to be, and I can tell you what you was thinking. See, I ain't been doing this on people for the longest. It's a movie called Eraser. Have y'all ever seen that Eraser where they had all this technology and you can see through walls? I think Arnold Schwarzenegger played in it, I believe. Go back and watch that movie. This movie is before I was born. I was born in 1988, and they was showing you this technology. So these things do exist, and it's all for greed and to drive a sale. So if I can take a phone, right, and my phone can read your brain patterns, or if I can get your genome sequence, there's no reason why if you get a new phone and you really read through all of those Privacy Act laws, that you are giving over your thoughts, you're giving over your privacy, you're giving over your camera. They taking pictures. Every millisecond, this thing take about 3 pictures of me. And you can turn off the lights and use a UV light and it'll show the phone taking pictures. The phone is constantly recording your conversation, seeing the things you like. The actual grid inside the phone or the circuit breaker is emitting the...
Oh, man. Oh, hold on, man. Hey, man, that made me jump. Goddamn, boy, I hate that goddamn sound from TikTok, man. That brrr. Man, that shit scared the shit out of me, man. Then that damn music don't make it no better. God damn. Anyway, I'm telling you, hey, I'm too into this, y'all. I'm too into this right now. But, yo, hey, nah, man, hey, old dude speaking facts, man. He's speaking facts, man. That's true, man, because it done happened to me a lot of times, like, and I didn't, you know what I'm talking about, like, I done seen it happen with other people. I done seen it happen with my wife when we talk about something, and then all of a sudden she opened up her phone, and first thing that pop up as a recommended is whatever we was talking about, or if not, something close to what we was talking about. Same thing with my phone, you know, or you know, but yeah, man, like that's true, bro. That I done seen, you know, it done happen. I done seen it happen. It freaked me out a couple of times. Like, what? I ain't even typed this in, and you know, whatever. Like, hey, yeah, man, that's you know, that's true. So I believe what Buddy else is saying, man. That, you know, those are facts. So yeah, man, let's continue, y'all. Let's continue. Goddamn TikTok, sound, man. made me jump up, but I'm too into this, boy. For real. Hey, y'all double tap the live, man. Subscribe to the channel. Y'all double tap the live. Subscribe to the channel. turn on your notifications. You get notified every time I go live or drop a video, y'all. You know what it is. Let's go. Let's go.
What's the CIA's most disturbing experiment?
To me, they had a experiment that they did in Canada, and I'm never so many times people are like, oh, well, you must know all about this MK Ultra project and names and dates and locations. I care about the techniques and the methods and the protocols and stuff that were a result of MK Ultra. I'm not like, let me go fact check and get everybody's name right and dates. I don't have any of that because it was never important to me. But they did this thing in Canada. They took people coming in for just normal appointments, like I have postpartum depression or I have anxiety, and they would against their will do this thing called psychic driving. Had nothing to do with being psychic. It just meant psychic of the mind. And they would give them massive, prolonged doses of LSD. And in some cases, tape their eyes open like Clockwork Orange and play these videos in front of their face all the time. And they thought it was going to like reprogram their brain somehow. But what happened was a lot of the people had to learn how to walk again. They couldn't control their bladder. They had to learn how to control their urine and stuff like that again. Some of them lost 30, 40 years of memories from their life. And these were people who checked into a clinic for like anxiety. And this was funded by MK Ultra, and it was in Canada. And it's so well known and it's so open that even the Canadian government paid the people's families.
Hey man, how y'all feel about that? Do y'all believe in that MK Ultra stuff? Y'all believe that was going on? Hey, I believe something. You feel me? The CIA allegedly, this is all for educational purposes only, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? Everything is allegedly. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, man. Hey, do y'all believe in that MK Ultra stuff, man? You know what I'm talking about? Hey, yeah, that book Chaos talks about it. Had your boy, what's that? I got the Manson guy. You know what I'm talking about? Damn, okay, we were just watching it the other day, y'all, on the other live, man. Marilyn Manson or something like that. I mean, you know what I'm talking about? But yeah, man, my wife got that book Chaos. Yeah, they talk about that, man. So yeah, they talk about the MK Ultra and all that. You know what I'm talking about? How the CIA was using that on people, man. You know what I'm talking about? But I don't know. Y'all let me know, man. Y'all let me know if y'all believe in that. Let me know in the chat. Y'all put it in the chat, man. Put it. You know, put it in the comments. Do y'all believe in the MK Ultra, man? And do y'all believe that they were getting innocent people that was just going for like anxiety or something? Charles Manson, my bad. Yeah, there you go. Now Marilyn Manson. That's the singer, boy. Yeah, man. Charles Manson. There you go, Charles Manson. Yeah. But anyways, let's continue, man. Let's go.
Yeah, say bye to sleep. What if none of this shit is real? 7 reasons some of the cleverest people alive think this whole world is basically a fucked up hallucination. And by the end of this, you're going to struggle to argue with them. In 2003, a philosopher called Nick Bostrom published a paper arguing that if advanced civilizations can run simulations of thinking beings, and they almost certainly can, then simulated minds will massively outnumber real ones. Meaning the maths says you're probably not real. You're one of billions of simulated minds that think they're real. The odds are against you being the genuine article, and there's fuck all you can do to check. Tiny particles don't have a definite position until something observes them. They exist in multiple states at once. The second you look at them, they pick one, as if the universe is only bothering to load what's being watched. Like a game that doesn't render the bits you can't see to save processing power. That's not some mad theory, that's actual science. Fucking look it up. Speed of light is constant. Nothing can go faster than it. In computing terms, that's a processing limit. A cap on how fast information can move through the system. In scientists have no proper explanation for why that limit exists. It just fucking does. Like someone set it. Like someone decided that was the maximum. Max Planck, the fellow who basically invented quantum physics, discovered that space and time aren't smooth and continuous. They're made of tiny little building blocks you can't divide any further. Pixels, basically. The universe has a resolution. Your reality has a pixel size. The odds we're not in a simulation are 1 in billions. Neil deGrasse Tyson puts it at 50-50. These aren't random people ranting online. These These are people who actually understand the science behind it. And they're saying, yeah, probably not real, mate. Good fucking luck with that. If you were going to simulate a universe, you wouldn't bother simulating all of it all the time. You'd only load the bits someone's looking at, which is exactly what quantum mechanics says happens. The universe doesn't waste energy on shit nobody's observing. That's the double slit experiment. Go look it up, it'll do your fucking head in. You can wave all this away if you want, but you can't explain it. Nobody can. And that should fucking bother you.
I ain't gonna lie, but I did not understand none he was saying, half of the things he was saying. But I don't know, y'all. Let's continue, man. Let's continue. Let's go.
Michael Jackson said this. He wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, song come to his head.
My boy Unk, man. Shout out to that boy Unk 607 Unk, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta record it now, right now, because Prince gonna get it. He understood that we all got the same information available to us that's locked in this firmament. Listen, everybody here probably had this happen. You ever had this happen before? You was asleep. You thought you was up. You tried to get up, your body wouldn't move, right? Your body won't move. Your soul wasn't back yet. Yeah, you glitched, right? Until everybody realizes that this is not real, they gonna keep coming back here. But let me tell you the problem. Because, and I don't want to say this because it's going to scare a lot of people, right? But remember, God said you have free will, right? And remember I told you death is fate, right? But remember I told you you got free will. So remember I told you, Jesus said, if 3 people in the same room believe, what's going to happen? This stuff going to happen. Now the whole world get to believing in death. Guess what's going to happen? Death going to event itself, right? So right now we live in a parallel universe. And people think like, oh, it's parallel. I'm going to tell you it's parallel like this. It's parallel through the mind. You could be sitting right next to me. How many times you sat next to a person, you saw something happen, they saw something totally different than what you've seen? How many times did that happen? So right now, we all live in a parallel universe, but everybody won't see it. It's a conscious level game. But conscious is not from thinking. The brain has no IQ. It can't. It's a receiver. You get smarter by cleaning your vessel, right? That's how you get smarter. IQ is a lie. You should have known that when they told you the dolphin had more brain power than you. You just said, you stupid. Because how the dolphin gonna have more brain power than you, right? You should have said, you stupid, right? The brain don't have an IQ. The heart don't pump blood. If they tell you that everything they tell you is backwards, right? Let me tell you so you know. Your heart pumps energy through your body, frequencies that come in through your head that they call a brain and say you have an IQ and you don't got one. Everybody's the same smart.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, Unk be talking a lot of noise. Unk 607 Unk, he be talking a lot of noise, man. But sometimes he be making sense. You just gotta really listen to what he's saying. But he be talking a lot of noise though. But sometimes he makes sense though. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Let's continue, man. Shout out to 607 Unk, man. Yeah.
If you call yourself spiritual, you'll know that Michael Jackson was deeply spiritual. The world's best musicians are deeply spiritual. Michael Jackson talked about how music programs your mind. If you sing a song over and over and over again and let it affect your soul, it's a mantra. But this is the part nobody talks about. You have to understand the fine line between entertainment and reality. The world's best musicians are deeply spiritual, and if you're spiritual, you understand that. Music is genuinely magic. You can't taste it, you can't feel it, you can't smell it. It is the closest thing to magic in this universe. That's why a lot of musicians are actually witches. The best musicians are spellcasters. From their words, they're taking out of the ether and putting into reality, literally manifesting it. My name is Cado, C-A-D-O, and if you follow me, you know that I made a video about X and how he put healing frequencies in his music. Everything is tied together. If you look at this Tesla quote, screenshot this. Everything, energy, frequency, vibration. That's what music is. It's tied together. It's magic. If you are grasping what I'm telling you right now, comment energy right now. Comment it. There are harmonious frequencies that will make your vibration aligned because it hits you at the right frequency, like this song Drop by me, Cado. This will heal your root chakra. And if you want to heal your sacral chakra and balance it, All About You by Kato Kato. Screenshot this and listen. The frequency, you'll hear it throughout the entire song. The world's best musicians understand this, and so do I. Kato Kato, remember the name. Pay attention to how you feel when you listen to these songs. If you are grasping what I'm telling you and resonating with it, comment energy right now.
Boy, ain't nobody listen to your music, boy. Anyways, man, how y'all feel about that? Y'all believe in them frequencies and energy in the music and stuff like that, man? I mean, I don't know, X-Tentacion, man. He was he was in his own world, bro. He was in, and he spoke a lot about frequency in the music. You know what I'm talking about? And but to each your own. If you believe in it, then you believe in it. If you don't, then you don't. It's all about what you want to believe, man. I ain't gonna tell you what to believe. It's all about what you choose to believe. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, y'all run the lights up, man. Double tap the live, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on your notifications so you get notified every time I go live or drop a new video. Let's go, man. Let's go. What happened to the sound on this one, man? This thing must be muted, man. Hold on, let's go. Let's move it up a little bit.
Movies where all these crazy people wearing.
We're gonna see. I think it's almost up. It's almost over, y'all. Y'all double tap the live, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on your notifications, man. Make sure you turn on your notifications. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go, Goon Squad. Let's get it on. Let's get it on, man. Yeah, man. That man was really trying to promote his music, though, man. Do some spiritual stuff that he was just talking about. That dude crazy. Ain't nobody finna listen to that goofy ass music, man. Get your. Anyways, y'all, let's continue.
You know what one of the biggest psyops was? Was them making you think that people wearing tinfoil hats was crazy. They show you all these conspiracy theory movies with all these crazy people wearing tinfoil hats, right? They literally done psyop y'all mind into thinking that these people are crazy when they're actually the intelligent ones. Did y'all know that aluminum foil can block EMF waves? For those who don't know, EMF waves are electromagnetic frequencies. And what a lot of people don't understand is the human brain creates enough electricity to power a light bulb. Because a lot of people don't understand, we have a nervous system. It runs off of electricity. We constantly are emitting our own personal EMF waves. So why do they wear these hats, you ask? Because you literally can control somebody's mind through EMF waves. Electromagnetic frequencies can be used for brainwashing and mind control. Now, thoughts themselves are not electromagnetic waves, but they are produced by electrical and chemical activity in the brain that generates weak electromagnetic fields, which means that your mind at all times is susceptible to mind control, to manipulation from external EMF waves. Life itself is electromagnetic in nature. So yeah, you look at people like this and you think that they crazy. Little do you know, there is science to back this up of why they do this. You can literally control somebody's thoughts and their emotions simply through EMF waves.
Hey, man, I don't know, you know what I'm talking about, but yeah, I mean, he's kind of right in the beginning when he said that, like, when I used to see people like with the full things on their head, like a triangle or something, like a, you know what I'm talking about, like a hat. Like I used to think that, I mean, but like I said, man, you believe in that, then you believe in that. You know what I'm talking about? It's all about what you want to believe. I'm not gonna make you believe none of that. You know what I'm talking about? That I wouldn't believe. But hey, like I said, to each your own, man. Yeah, man. Let's continue, man. Let's continue, man. We're almost done, y'all. We're almost done, man. Y'all hold on, man. Y'all hold on. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going, man. Let's go.
I would watch for Barron because here's the thing. There's also another book called Barron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. Ingersoll Lockwood wrote this book too. in the late 1800s, depicting this
When
character.
they picked those same names.
Yes.
Baron Trump.
Baron Trump. That is a book. Yes. Ingersoll Lockwood wrote both these books. Right?
In the 1800s.
Yes. I believe it was like 1893, 1896, something like that.
Then there has to be time travelers.
Well, here's the thing. In the book, Baron Trump is a time traveler. No bullshit. All this is in the book, you guys. And guess what? So he time travels, right? He has a mentor named Don. This is in the book. So, here's the theory. That Trump actually has some type of time travel technology only because Donald Trump's uncle, John G. Trump, worked for the FBI. Now, when Nikola Tesla died, they sent him in because he's a scientist, he's a physicist, engineer, smart guy. So they're like, hey, go in to Nikola Tesla's, room and decipher all his works and whatnot. Because, Nikola Tesla discovered free energy and a multitude of things, right? So Donald Trump's uncle goes in there and says, we didn't find anything. A bunch of BS. You don't think that Nikola Tesla, who had discovered free energy and manipulated electromagnetism, which had that you can, in theory, bend time, light, and space, this man's works was confiscated by him and he didn't find anything?
Hey man, how y'all feel about that, man? Do y'all believe in time travel? And or do you believe that with Trump's son and all that with the book, y'all think that's real? Is that a coincidence, a coincidence? You know what I'm talking about? Or how y'all feel about that, man? Y'all let me know in the chat, man. Let me know in the chat, man. Put it down in the comments, man. How y'all feel, man? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man. But do y'all believe in time travel, man? I don't know. I mean, I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to believe, man. But you never know nowadays, y'all. Let's continue, man. Let's continue.
This is really deep. You all need to share this. Pastor Craig is about to reveal how did Michael Jackson get his songs. Wow.
The 3 ways Michael Jackson got his songs. The first way, Michael Jackson said, he told Martin Brashear on an interview that he would climb a tree called the Giving Tree, tree of knowledge. Tree of knowledge. He'd climb this tree and he would get his songs. Second way, Aleister Crowley said in his book, 777, that he had a room of mirrors, and if you look into a mirror, you can look into yourself, and you can channel the spirits of those that were before you. He's really saying that those that may have molested you or those that may have taken from you, you can bring them back and ask them to be your guide and tell you why they did what they did to you. So Michael Jackson created a mirror, a room of mirrors, that he could go in and channel spirits. And Michael Jackson chose a specific spirit. He says this, he says, I have my own secret room with a moving wall and mirrors, okay? Same room that Aleister Crowley had. He says, this is where I talk to Liberace. I hear his voice in there. I feel his presence so very close to me. He's like my guardian angel. He even gave me permission to record his title, I'll Be Seeing You. That's in the Psychic News in 1987. Liberace? Homosexual. Flamboyant homosexual. You channel the spirit of the most flamboyant homosexual of our time? And the third way is the way I believe Michael Jackson died. He said that his best songs came in dreams. Michael Jackson would channel Morpheus, the god of dreams, who studied under Serapis Bey. Serapis Bey is the image that Catholics use as the image of Christ, but it's not. He has the Ra, the sun god, behind his head. He looks just like Christ, but it's not, just like Semiramis and Nimrod, that whole thing I told you about earlier. But he was an Egyptian incarnated god, so he would channel those spirits. He also channeled the spirits of Hypnos and Thanatos. Hypnos is the god of sleep. Thanatos is the god of death, and they're brothers along with Morpheus. Now, what
Y'all hit that follow button. Stay tuned for part 2. For more truth bombs and reactions, y'all follow me on IG. Subscribe to the YouTube. Let's get it.
Hey man, how y'all feel about that right there, man? You know what I'm talking about? Hey, how y'all feel about that? Hey, old dude, that pastor right there, he speak a lot of knowledge, man. A lot about the truth and the truth behind hip hop. You know what I'm talking about? The truth in hip hop. So yeah, man. He, you know, I forgot his name. They just said it too. But yeah, man. If y'all remember his name, man, you know what I'm talking about. Just go back and look up his name. But yeah, that dude, he's speaking a lot of facts, man. I think he's speaking a lot of truth. I think it's a lot of truth to what he say. But yeah, y'all let me know how y'all feel in the chat, man. Y'all go ahead and comment. Let me know how y'all feel, what y'all believe. Do you believe in anything that y'all seen tonight? You know what I'm talking about? I think that's the end of the video, y'all. Let's see. Yeah, that's the end of the video, y'all. Hey, man. Hey, look. Hey, I appreciate y'all for tuning in with me tonight, man. This is the Goonface Family TV, and I am your host to do the most, Goonie, yes, sir. And this was another episode, you know what I'm talking about, of Creepy TikTok video.